fail.
Shit.
I don't know what it is, but you failed.
Okay.
All right, I hit the button.
You hit the button.
Okay, we are officially live on the interwebs.
Woo!
Hello.
First stream of 23.
Yeah, I hope everyone had a good
Look at
holiday.
that.
I think most of us did,
Oh yeah.
even if it was
100%.
hectic. Anyway,
I hope you at least had a slightly above average holiday.
I hope
Well.
you had a holiday.
But we'll do introductions and we'll do the recap for those of you who are watching and those of you who haven't played since the middle of November.
That'd be me.
Yeah.
I'm Joey. I am the DM.
I'm Joseph, and I'm playing Lucas.
I'm Dusty. I'm going to be playing Atrix.
I'm Sean. I'm going to be playing Roklin.
Alright. So, the brief recap so far, story so far, and I may do a whole video to just put up of the story so far. But, you guys, with the exception of Roklin, group of you woke up in the city, no memories. After some investigation, found that you had been found in the outskirts of the Black City, which is where you currently are, and taken back to Hope Falls. You did a little bit of more investigating around Hope Falls, encountered some less than savory elements, and eventually made your getaway from them back to the Black City. Upon entering the Black City, it is a place that seems to be stuck in the same perpetual twilight. You have yet to see a sunrise or a sunset. It's always just kind of medium light gray and cloudy. And you have been doing some investigating around in here. Roklin joined you in Hope Falls and has followed you along looking for Shadow Branch, who was one of your companions that was missing when they found you outside the city. You have since found Shadow Branch and been reunited with him. Found out he has zero self-preservation instincts and has been exploring the city without you in the about week and a half that it took you to get back here. Give or take a bit. You've met several people inside the city, including Augustus and Malak, who are two of the high-ranking guardians of the safe section of the city known as Raven's Hollow. You met Sebastian, who appears to be a vampire that for some reason has managed to hold on to his humanity and has not just become a ruthless bloodsucker. And of course, there is Shadow Branch and Carmen, who was one of the individuals that left with you, came back, and is now back in the city as well. The last thing that you had done was go to the skyport and investigate the skyport tower. In that investigation, you found an awful lot of a substance known as red mist. It's in little, like, nasal sprayer things that at least two of you, I'm pretty sure, just immediately said, "So we found drugs."
And I might have acquired some.
Yeah, Atrix currently, I think, has 2 or 3 doses or bottles of it in his bag. I don't remember exactly what I told you had, and I don't have the stuff pulled up to look.
2 vials.
Yeah, 2 vials.
Ooh.
Alright. So you got 2 vials of that. You found an awful lot of that. Fought an awful lot of people who seem to be mildly addicted to this stuff.
Only a little bit.
And
Drugs.
all of them seemed kind of zoned out while they were on it, or coming off of it. You're not entirely sure when they last dosed when you met them. eventually made it to the actual skyport tower itself, the main tower, where you met with Isla Seaton, who is the current occupier of the lighthouse at the top. And upon speaking with her, offered your services essentially as mercenaries for whether it's beating up thugs or whatever need she might have of a group of mercenaries. She told you she would have to get back to you in a couple of days with her answer, as she would have to talk with the rest of her conglomerate to see if that was something they would be interested in, having a group of mercenaries such as yourself in their employ or not. But in the meantime, she said that you would have safe passage in her territory, which is the skyport, at which point you left and are currently in the military tower, which was the second largest tower in the skyport. Where I believe you said you were planning on resting here in the near future after you kind of explored around a little bit and found a note from Sebastian saying that he had taken the guys you had knocked out in this tower and basically mocking Isla, because that be how Sebastian does.
Yes, Sebastian.
Not only does he hate this conglomerate of people, he seems to make a point of letting them know he's the one that ruined their day and mocking them for it.
What else are you going to do?
So with that, we are coming into what would be around evening time. I believe, if I remember correctly, all of you had said you were going to stay here because you didn't want to risk, if she had you being followed, exposing Sebastian's safe house or a potential entrance into Raven's Hollow.
Yes.
So y'all are just kind of chilling here in the tower, preparing for the evening.
Cool.
Well, anyone got any ideas? We got a lot of time to kill.
3 days to be specific.
3 days. I think we at least try to lay low for now, try to just make sure that we are not being followed. And if we are, kind of just keep that laying low.
That's probably a good thing.
Other than that, because we got, 3 days to kill, we could try going, finding more supplies, if anything.
Yeah,
I think we should make this place our home.
Have for supplies with you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can't.
Back to barracks.
I mean, I have
maybe 1 day's worth of rations per person.
I have 2 days of rations, but that's it.
So you will probably want to get some food.
What is the sustenance count of ball bearings?
Your species
I'm guessing
can't eat
none.
Ball bearings.
Well, I can eat them.
Anything is edible if you put your heart to it.
No.
There's 1,000 of them in a small bag and it only weighs 2 pounds. It can't be that bad. I'm just saying. At least I'll feel full.
Hey, to those watching, do not eat ball bearings.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, don't.
That's the
This is
public
the game.
service announcement of the evening.
This is a game.
Speaking from personal experience.
No.
Okay, I was just checking.
There's no substance value to eating ball bearings.
I didn't think so, but I wanted to check because it's about the most abundant thing I've got.
That is probably true.
I have 2
That's-
days rations, one of which weighs 20 pounds for some reason. So, yeah,
All right,
don't know why.
Hang
It's
on.
this
I'm
one
looking
day
at your
ration.
character sheet because I think something got screwed up on that because I don't think that's right.
20 pounds. 1 day ration.
I mean, mine weighs 2.5. But I have. Oh, I've got.
Dusty, that's because there's 10
Oh, I
of
have
them.
10 of them.
Yeah, I have 5
Oh.
1 days
So-
of rations.
You have
There we go.
11 rations, which is why it weighs so much.
Gotcha. Why do
Remember,
I
kids.
have 11 days of...
Because
do-
you took all the stuff out of your trunk.
Oh.
You had
That's why.
extras that
That's
you had
why.
stashed in your trunk.
Who's
Okay,
got
so
the bag of holding?
we're gonna move these.
One of you three, I don't remember which one of you said you had.
I have one of them.
Oh,
Did
right.
we get a second?
You guys got
Yes.
the second in this tower.
Oh.
Or what?
So there.
Do you have a bag of holding in your inventory?
Do I have a bag of holding?
Yes.
No. No.
Lucas, I think, picked up the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually put it in my Oh, yes, I did. There it is.
I was like, two of you. Have
Aha.
You know, I'm already cursed with something. I don't need that on me as well.
Well, just fusion. Yeah.
it. Nah, you'll be fine.
When we need to.
I don't know if I will be fine.
I don't know. We got
You
three.
might be.
We're gonna have 3 checks here in the near future.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 checks. Because
2 checks. 3 days,
2 nights.
3 days, 2 nights. It'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Yes,
Also,
we will.
with the way the weather has been here, you don't know how that will affect you anyway. Because
Hey Siri, what's the weather like tomorrow?
Weather is going to be partly cloudy.
Stop. No, stop.
Eat your technology. No.
that's what you get.
I mean, if we've got enough days rations and we really want to wait it out, we could just sit here, spend our time making this place defensible and
Yeah.
more homey.
Maybe we could, because there's like a lot of those crates of the
There's
mist
a
in
ton
here,
of
or
those
no?
crates in here.
Oh, the crates were gone.
Okay, crates were gone.
Oh
right?
no, there were a
Weren't they?
ton of those crates. They were gone when you got back.
I was gonna say we could just barricade doors and windows with the crates,
There are
but
still
the
crates
windows
in
are
here,
gone,
but they're the more rotten, older
Yeah.
ones.
which won't.
There's got to
matter
be some
anyway.
like benches or something in here, right?
Oh yeah, there's stuff you could use to barricade the place.
I bet. Atrix, help me move some benches.
All right, that's
I
fine.
mean,
I have-
do we really need to barricade it if she's giving us safe passage?
She's giving us safe passage for a minimum of 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
We don't
after
know what's
3
going to happen
days,
on
I
that third
mean,
day.
When we go talk to her after 3 days, if she's gonna do something to us, we're gonna be out of luck either way.
What if she sends messengers?
True, she is a very powerful being. I don't know if
I don't think we need to go all out, but at least lock
Yeah.
the darn door. Kinda thing.
Rooklin's patron, whose name I have here somewhere, did warn Rooklin specifically that at your current state, you should not try and take her in a straight-up fight.
yeah.
There
No.
were ways you could eliminate her as being a threat for the time being, but the straight-up fight was not the correct option.
Well, we tried to like woo her with magic or like
Yeah.
scare her more or less, and it just did not work at
Yeah.
all. And we
Yeah,
all
she was
rolled
we all
decently high with that.
fumbled terribly.
Also, the room that she was living in didn't have an awful lot of furniture from what you remember. It was a sarcophagus coffin thing.
Or
The
coffingus.
pedestal in the middle with the crystal box on top of it. And the little bar meeting area that she met you all in. And some, knick-knack display things.
Knickknacks and paddywhacks.
Well, she had, some bookshelves with some books, some little trinkety stuff, a couple of suits of, like, the really ornate armor that's not good for anything other than looking pretty. A ladder that you assume went to the actual, like, light on top of the building. but nobody went up it, so you don't really know. Maybe it went
Well, I figured
secretly
when we
underground.
said goodbye, if we were to say goodbye and then I just went up her ladder, like that would just kind of look a little weird. But
Just a wee bit.
Just a bit.
Feel a little off.
So
I don't know. I feel
That's-
like we should investigate around the skyport more since we'll heal.
Yeah, fair
you,
enough.
you
And we
guys
can
went through
while we're
most of the
safe.
buildings. Several of them were full of the red mist stuff. Several of them were basically destroyed. Couple were in pretty good shape.
at this
And
point,
then-
it is evening time right now, though. Yes.
It's evening. It's not like late enough you have to go to bed yet.
Okay.
Like it's probably not even as late as it is in the real world. I'd say 5, 6.
Oh. Okay. I mean, yeah, we
It's
could go
early
just
evening.
investigate the last couple buildings that we didn't, because I know we kind of skipped some.
How many entrances and exits are there to this building?
This
At
building,
least.
on
Yes.
the ground floor,
Yeah.
there is the one main door. That's the only one you saw. But there were several of the airship bay doors on the other couple of levels.
Okay.
So, if I remember correctly, one of those doors is shut and looks like it's kind of collapsed in, like you can't open it.
Right.
And the one on the very top is fully functional.
Okay. Is there space enough under the main door that I could shove my fingers into?
Oh, like just
Yeah,
Your
just
fingers
shove my
into
fingers under the door. Or maybe a blade or something.
the blade, probably your fingers are probably too thick.
Okay. Well, before we leave, I would like to take my string and my candle, tie the string around it. It's 10 foot of string, not that it really matters. And as we close the door, pull the door close and pull the string and the candle up next to it, and then tuck the string underneath.
Okay.
And then leave just a
Make
little bit
something
of,
basically so that you know if anyone tries to open the door.
more or less. Does it open inward, or how does the door open? I should ask that.
It does actually open inward, so
Inward. Okay.
yeah.
Area outside of the door relatively dirty,
I mean,
dirt, I guess, or dirt or gravel type.
I mean, this is all stonework. There's dirt over it because it hasn't been well taken care of.
That's what I needed to know.
But yeah, think
And
like an old paved path
sure.
that people just haven't been taking care of, so it's got that mud and grass kind of growing in spots on it.
Then I will continue to do my little trickery there, and then just hide the string, smear it with dirt, and camouflage it.
Okay. You have made I can tell someone entered this building.
Yay.
Bang.
Thing. It's not really
Yes.
a trap, so
An alarm of sorts.
yeah.
Silent alarm ish.
Hope I don't need 10 foot of string while we're out and about.
Well, now I've got 4 different things that you're gonna need. This now. Okay. So
I'll
where
just
we
light it
going?
on fire.
Okay, so which building are we at in this little skyport? I'm looking at the map on roll
Yeah.
20 right now for
It
it.
would be the second largest tower. Did I put the map actually in roll 20 somewhere? Oh yeah, I put it on the landing page, didn't I? I'm jumping over to that. It'd be this one.
Okay. That one.
Yeah. The big
Okay.
one. It's a lot more space than it is tall.
Yeah.
It's only 3 or 4 stories tall. But
Gotcha.
that still puts it about 2 stories taller than most of these.
Right.
And it's not the 20 some odd stories of the main tower. You get the
Okay.
feeling it was probably, since you did find the writing that said it was a military installation, it was probably the token military installation that a city like this should have. It had enough defense that it could defend itself, but it was not designed to hold this city. Think for where we are, the arsenal.
Ah,
If you wanted to attack the arsenal, it can
Kinda
defend
sad.
itself. It's not going to defend the Quad Cities.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Do
where
we
you
remember-
all are
do
on
we-
that map.
Do we remember which ones we had investigated?
You 100% investigated the 4
First 3?
towers. Yeah, the 3 towers heading up to it. I believe this one and this one were completely ruined. So
Yeah.
they're collapsed in. You might be able to get inside of them, but the likelihood that there's anything in there is pretty low.
Okay, so
And
we
then
can
the
just keep
last-
going.
Yeah.
We can just keep heading like on the bridge towards the city. Hit those 3 right there, and then see what's in those.
Those 3 were the ones you already hit. It would have been the ones headed towards the big tower that you
Oh,
skipped.
towards the big tower. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because you started on that walkway from the city.
Yeah.
I believe you
investigated
investigated
those.
those 3 towers.
And then when we got to the last
one-
one, that's when we were like, okay, we'll go to the
Well,
skyport.
this one was the one you encountered the actual people in, knocked them unconscious, and then decided that as now time was of the essence, as you had unconscious people tied up here, you'd skip the rest of the towers to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll just go into those then.
Okay.
See what we can find.
Like I said, the first one from that is a completely ruined tower, so it'd be the second one that you could go
Yeah.
inside of.
Skip that one. Yeah. Okay. Do we want to... Oh, what about those scouts? What did we do with those scouts that we had? Did we
Pretty sure
told
they're
them
just waiting
to...
I
outside.
was
Told
gonna say
them
they
to
were waiting outside the skyport tower.
chill.
Yeah, we told
The
them
big
to
one.
kind of stay away from us.
And you did not see them when you came back out, so you're not entirely sure where they went.
Oh,
Yeah, they'll be fine.
yeah, they'll be all right. All right, to the tower.
They're big children.
If I remember right, your standard entering practice was Roklin is opening the door from the side. Lucas was above the door frame, if possible, kind of looking down. And Atrix had his bow ready to go should anything come out. I assume same standard practice.
Why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, give him the line.
Knock knock.
There's
No.
no answer at this door.
Okay, well I'm gonna just open the door then.
Okay.
I will follow.
I drop down and follow behind Atrix.
It looks very similar to the other ones you've investigated. You can see the marks in the ground where there would have been crates that are not currently there anymore.
Hmm.
I mean, y'all went into the tower at like 11 in the morning and came out of it at like 4:30 in the afternoon. You were in there for a while. Between waiting, climbing the tower all the way up, the actual conversation, and then going all the way back down.
Okay.
Like I said, the elevators in that thing did not move particularly quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing on the first floor then?
I mean, you can roll your perception to see if there's anything around.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I just told you the obvious. It's a nice square room with seemingly nothing in it. You saw nothing, because I saw that
Yeah.
roll.
My eyes imploded.
Yep.
Oh, my eyes quite literally just kind of sunk to the back of my head as I'm trying to look around.
Get them out now, guys.
Okay, up to the second floor.
Give me a second.
Okay. Second.
Yeah.
1 second later.
I got 22.
That's might help us.
Better than
Maybe.
mine.
With a 22, you can tell, because I already said the crates, the like dust lines and stuff on the floor show that there were crates here that are no longer here. You can tell with the 22, it looks like they were pushed in piles out the door. Like the door you all came in. And they were probably fairly large piles, so whoever was doing it must have been fairly strong. Other than that, it looks like there were some tools in here that were probably used to work on whatever airship was brought here in years past. Most of them, if they had wooden handle parts, the wood is gone, and the metal parts are fairly rusted. But it looks like it was originally a workshop of some kind. Apart from
I'm assuming
that,
similar layout to the one we were tooling around in.
it's a similar layout to most of the smaller ones that you guys have gone through.
Okay.
Where it's kind of a...
Very cookie cutter-esque.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like any kind of business of whatever type these towers were for. Whether this one, like I said, this one seems to be kind of like a repair shop type place. Whatever type they were designed to be, whoever built them basically built one style of building, and you could put inside that building whatever you wanted.
Okay.
So, with that in mind, you're guessing the second story probably has a big bay window that has a hookup for a ship to dock at. And probably repair parts. Or something of that nature.
Sure. Shall we investigate further then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yup. Moving up to the second floor.
Second floor. Alright.
Atrix, do you have dark vision?
No. He's the only one
No.
that doesn't.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Because he's a halfling.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
think so,
do.
but
Oddly
do
enough,
I.
I only remember that because of a game that I watched where their halfling player originally had dark vision, but through like a reincarnation spell ended up being reincarnated as a halfling and lost their dark vision. They
Nice.
were kind of unhappy about that.
Yeah.
Happy about the rest of it, but unhappy about losing dark vision. But But no, there is the big bay doors up here, like I said there probably would be. As well as a couple of winches and stuff for either unloading cargo or moving equipment on and off of the ships. Apart from that, this floor seems fairly empty.
Not much to see. Got it.
There would be a workbench of sorts over in the corner that's in complete and total ruin. The wood parts, again, are completely rotted away. This one had a good bit of metal in its construction, so you can kind of see the framework of it. And there is a bunch of shattered glass and stuff on the floor near it. But that's the only major thing of note up here is this old ruined workbench with a ruined stool to go with it.
Can I search the workbench?
I mean, it's literally, think a
Or is
metal
it just a
framework
bench?
That had a wood top at one point, and the wood is gone.
Oh, okay. So there's
You can
just
see the
nothing
rusted
left.
framework, and whatever was on top of it is now shattered and broken, and then and piles on the floor underneath it. You can still look through it. There might be something there, but it, from just coming up the stairs and just the quick glance around, it looks like a pile of rubbish underneath the frame of a workbench.
Nothing useful. Okay. Keep going up then?
These ones are only about the 2 stories tall.
Oh, just 2 stories?
Yeah.
Is there like an opening to a roof type thing or no?
I mean, you could go out the bay doors and look up at the roof. Since, you know, you have wings and could do something like that.
Is it flat or is it angled?
They're all kind of like... They're kind of that dome concaved angle.
Then I am not concerned.
Yeah. There's not like a flat spot that somebody could put stuff up there. A couple of them you've even seen have been collapsed inwards.
Sounds about
when
right.
you've gone through them.
Okay.
All right. No concern then. Got it.
On to the next one then?
To the next tower.
Okay. Unless you want to, I'm going to skip the ruined towers explanation because there's another ruined tower along this path. That's
It don't work.
like the entrance is caved in. It looks like most of the second story is kind of caved in.
Yeah.
There might
Not
be
worth
something
even...
inside it on the first floor if you can get in there.
Meh.
But from the outside, it's a very broken looking tower. So unless you really want to investigate that one, I'm going to go to the next complete tower, or complete-ish tower. It's hard to tell from the outside how bad the inside of these things actually are.
Yes, please.
Alright. Are you standard procedure opening skyport tower doors?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, there's no answer when Roklin knocks.
Okay, same system. I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. This one, surprisingly, actually well put together inside. You don't see any people in here, but the basic layout is some kind of manufacturing setup. You can see the workbenches are still functional, in good shape. They have equipment on them, most of which is of a purpose you'd have to truly investigate to figure out.
11 perception for sense dust. I want to see how the
This
if it
is
looks
the least dusty of the ones you've been in so far.
less. Okay.
Not like the Skyport Tower that was like immaculate,
Right.
but this definitely has seen a great deal more use recently than just we kind of store crates there.
Sure. Okay.
That's what you can kind of just see from walking in the door.
You said it looked kind of manufacturing.
For lack of a better way of putting it,
Yeah.
it's a workshop of some kind.
Investigation to see if they're still doing the red spice stuff or something different.
Investigation would work. You're poking through stuff to try and see what it is.
It's a 13.
13?
Yeah.
It definitely looks like, at least partially, it's made here. Some of it is. Or some part of the process to make it is done here. As well as part of it looks like the space that they've been using to manufacture the crates that it goes in.
One-stop shop. I like it.
There's a bit of woodworking stuff off to one side. And you can see some of the packaging material that you found them in.
Sure.
But whatever, the majority of it is not manufactured here. This is some like finalizing process and packaging.
Quality control. Got it. Second floor. Do we want to keep poking around?
I'm gonna do a general
The perception.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. I had it and I lost it.
Roll the perception.
That's a 24.
Wow.
So that's where
If
all
you
my
guys
good
didn't
rolls are
know,
going.
my perception is a +5.
Jeez.
I don't care.
One
Yeah.
of these days,
Oh.
Roklin will miss something, and it will be very important.
It's all right. I can dodge it.
Yeah, the exact nature of like all this stuff is about what you can, what Lucas said. But this stuff was used within like the last, with that level of perception roll, this stuff was being used within the last 24 to 48 hours. Someone was here within the last 2 days working with this stuff. And based on the number of different types of equipment, probably several people.
Nothing glaringly weird like a large cart or something, or
No, you actually don't
Something like
see any
that.
way that they could have gotten the stuff in here or out of here on this floor.
Interesting.
when we're doing the doors and stuff, are they sizable enough to fit those crates through?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The crates, they're only.
I figured, but
You know, they're shipping box sized. I don't have anything here
sure.
next to me to hold up and be like, they're this big.
I know what a shipping crate looks
Think, you know,
like. Yeah.
Like a
for
DSG box,
for
Yes.
for real world comparison,
like a DSG, like a DSG box.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
like one of the DC boxes,
yeah,
because everyone playing knows what a DC box looks like.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a fair.
Yeah, okay.
thing. They're
I still know what they look like.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, they're a
Anyway.
good size box.
Sure.
It holds a lot of this stuff, but they're not so massive that you couldn't carry it through a standard size door.
Okay.
which is basically what these things have. So probably a little bit bigger than what we'd consider a standard size door, but it's
Yeah.
a reasonably sized door.
Large man door.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy day. But no glaring, weird, odd-looking equipment, that wouldn't necessarily pertain to...
No, like I said, there's some kind of, like, chemistry type stuff that's probably some part of the finalization process.
Sure.
Whether
Okay.
it's properly making sure that it's going to stay sealed or pressurizing it to use in little sprayers or whatever, you're not entirely sure. It does something.
Okay.
But it looks like it was designed for those little bottles that you found it in.
Sounds good. I'm ready to move to second floor if anyone else is
Yeah.
Yeah.
with that info.
All right. The second floor. Not a lot of processing stuff up here, like down below. There is a few beds and stuff up here, like a crew quarters. All of it empty. But the bay doors are open, and there is a small, very small, floating ship sitting there.
Like, man size small ship or like model size?
Not model size. It's big enough that people were on it.
Okay.
It looks like it is set up to move some of this stuff around.
Dang, they got next day air shipping.
But yeah.
Size-wise, we talking like crew of 10 or less, or?
Probably. This is more like what you might assume a fishing boat that was designed to fly would look like.
Right on. Okay.
So 5 or less, probably.
Decent sized fishing boat
Yeah.
type.
It's big
Aerial
enough
fishing boat.
that it's big enough that you're not gonna just like land it on the ground to load it and unload it. You're still gonna want one of these docking spaces,
Sure.
but not so big. Like when you were going through the tower last time, you saw some of like the bigger battleship type things that were taking up 2 or
Right.
3 bays wide.
Like a half semi.
This thing is. It's big enough that this bay is. It could accommodate a bigger vessel, but this is.
Cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because these were not designed for the super big ships.
The floor itself, you said, is more like kind of living quarters-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, anything glaringly weird besides the ship, which isn't weird in this context, but no weird workbenches, weapons, armor, crates that look out of place.
Foot lockers.
There would probably be a couple of foot lockers because this is a living quarters space. But in terms of like anything like majorly, come on, camera.
You told us to talk to the hand.
There we go. Well, I was trying to readjust it since for some reason
know.
me moving slightly completely lost its focus. Nothing glaringly like super weird contextually. It looks like a living quarters, probably for whoever normally would crew that boat, or whoever works for the station downstairs. You're not entirely sure.
I'd like to start searching through the foot lockers first. See if there's anything left in there.
Roll your investigation.
Investigation 16.
16.
Very nice. Round of applause.
Going through there isn't honestly a whole lot. Between the several different footlockers, you find probably 8 or so little gems that probably are worth something. Apart from that, there's not really any money there. It's mostly clothes, personal effects.
Nothing worth taking.
Like I said, apart from the gems, it's probably the only thing of any value in there.
Any of them locked?
No, it doesn't look like they were particularly concerned with being robbed.
Hmm.
They either didn't feel they had anything to worry about, or didn't think
Nothing
anybody
valuable
would
enough.
be willing to come onto Miss Seaton's territory in order to screw with their shit.
The ship. Is there any indicators that would tell me whether or not it was recently docked, like last 12 hours or so?
You could probably roll your investigation to find out.
Got it.
I moved away from it, so I didn't see it.
That's okay. It was a 4.
It's a boat.
It's a boat.
Not the biggest boat you've seen, but it's a big boat. And with as
Shiza.
rare as they are in most of the world, this is probably the closest Lucas has ever actually been to one.
Yeah.
It's okay, Lucas. I'll take a little look-ski.
Please do. I want to know as much as I can about this before we step foot on it.
You want investigation?
Investigation.
15.
15.
I expect nothing less from the detective.
It's been here for a while. You're not exactly sure how long. But it's not like it was docked earlier today.
So probably no people on it.
Yeah, you can tell based on how
Does it have
the anchors and stuff are set.
Does it have a door I can knock on?
I mean, there'd be a small cabin on it. You could go on board the ship and knock on the cabin door.
I would like to knock on said
Standard
cabin
operating
door.
procedure.
Alright.
I will fly above the door.
Okay, so you're standing basically up. Lucas is basically standing up where the steering wheel is. At the helm.
I assume I would have been able to see whether or not there were people up there.
Yeah. It's an
Okay.
open area.
I figured.
It's basically a small little house on the back of this.
Right.
With the little
Like
stairs that go up
an
to
old sailing vessel. Yeah.
There is no answer on the door.
Can I hear any movement or anything inside?
You can roll perception to find out.
You hear the scurrying of rats.
There it is.
Oh my god. Rats on a flying boat? Would they be flying rats?
That's a natural 20. So 25 total.
You hear nothing.
Well, you do not hear any movement that sounds big enough to be a person or of any kind of like worry.
Kick in the door. Kick in the door.
It sounds like there's
They're
probably
not.
some critters scurrying around here on the deck or on the boat somewhere,
That's food.
but nothing humanoid or big enough to be a threat.
Food. Can I open said door?
This one is locked.
Thieves' tools.
Okay, roll for your thieves' tools.
Can I just take 10?
I believe it is
Is
sleight of hand. With a bonus because of your thieves' tools. I don't remember what the bonus is offhand. I think it's your proficiency bonus.
So, proficiency +2, sleight of hand. 17, 20 total. 30, 20. Or 19 rather. Excuse me. Other character.
Okay. Takes you a minute, but eventually you hear that telltale click of the lock opening.
Did it seem particularly hard, or just kind of like an average? Try not to, try to keep people out type lock, like a house lock kind of thing.
It's a little bit better than you would have expected, with the rest of the security you've encountered. Since the only other locked door you encountered was on the military installation, and that one was a heck of a lock, but that's not a huge surprise on a military-grade door.
Right. Roklin, you have the honors.
Can I open the door now?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door.
And it just creaks open.
Can I get a short sword ready for any rats that I see?
Atrix is gonna eat some rats tonight, guys.
He
If
He doesn't need He doesn't need them rations. He just live off the land right there.
Okay. Yeah,
Land in
you can
New
have a
York.
short sword ready to try and murder
Yeah.
some rats.
Okay, well, I suppose I'll just mosey on in.
Yeah, I will also mosey on in with my little poker.
I got your backs.
Alright. So this doesn't look like it was set up as a crew quarters. In fact, this whole setup in here is bizarre. Like, it doesn't look like it has anything to do with the manufacturing setup that you saw inside. It's not a crew quarters. It's not like... It doesn't look functional to the ship, like it's some kind of weird arcane tech that you just don't know about. That makes the ships fly. But from just a cursory examination, you have no idea what this room was for or why it was locked.
Can I
Investigation for traps.
Yeah, go ahead.
8.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Doesn't
get
I
seem to be
just-
trapped.
Doesn't
I
seem
just
to be
look-
trapped.
Look around for anything out of the ordinary.
This whole room is out of the ordinary.
Okay, can I do a would it be perception or investigation?
What are you trying to do?
Just like look for traps, exquisite items.
Okay. Yeah.
Specific odds
investigation.
and ends.
Investigation.
Yeah.
19.
Alright.
Alright. 19.
Whoops.
Was Roklin saying something too?
Can I use my invocation thing and check for magic?
Sure. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here, Atrix. Since most of it you're not entirely sure what it is or what it does, you have no idea if any of it's particularly valuable or not. Based on how well the lock was, probably is.
But we have 2 bags of holding, so if you want to take some, now's your chance.
I'll take some.
This stuff is very alien to anything you've encountered so far. Not in the sense of actual extraterrestrials, but in the sense of very strange. And Roklin, like 90% of this room is glowing weird.
It's a lot of magic.
And we fit the whole ship
actually,
into the bag of holding.
For that point, the biggest glow is coming from below you in the hold.
Shall we go below?
Yeah, I suppose we should go down and look at the biggest glow.
Let's go look at the glow.
Okay.
Look at the beast.
Going down below there, there's a large cargo space, and you can see some hammocks set up down here, so this must be where the crew stays. But the thing that Roklin saw that is glowing is an object that none of you have ever seen before, that is very much hooked into this ship. It is a cube that has numerous different colored tubes and cables coming off of it, some of which seem to be hooked back into it in different spots, some of which seem to be hooked into the ship. And running along in various places along the hull of the ship.
Okay. Okay, so that's probably like a power source.
Yeah, but what is it powering?
And
The ship.
first thing I want to do,
Mhm.
I would like to attempt to. How many hammocks are there?
There were 4.
I would like to attempt to steal said 4 hammocks to put them in the bag of holding.
It's not
That's a good
hard.
idea.
They're just
I would
hooked in
assume
here.
is probably like. Do you need me to roll for that? Because I feel like
No.
it's just kind of unhooking hammocks.
Yeah, you walked over to them, untied them from the posts they were on, and shoved them in the bag. You have 4 hammocks in the bag of holding.
Comfortable sleeping. Woo!
That's a little secret that'll help us out later.
I like where your head's at.
I mean, he's probably right. It'd probably be really comfortable later.
Yeah, chilling in the woods.
Not even in the woods, just these next 3 days that we're literally just going to have to wait.
When a dream rabbit, something.
Oh, magic power source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't suppose we could put the magic power source in the bag of holding.
No. This thing will not fit in the bag of holding. You're also not
Okay.
sure what would happen if you tried to rip it out of the ship.
Well,
I
I mean,
think-
you only live once.
I think maybe we just leave it.
So
just
don't
leave
poke it
out
with the
for-
rapier, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know there are people in the world that know how to deal with that thing. You 3 are not those
I
people.
have a short sword.
Anything else in this room, or just a couple hammocks and a big power source?
No, the
cube?
cargo space is pretty much empty.
No foot lockers, nothing like that.
No. Seems like if they brought stuff on here, they must have taken off with them when they leave.
They must have more bags of holding.
Or, just little sailor packs.
Yeah, but bags of holding. Anyway. So not much else here for us. Might as well.
You know,
Is there any?
Skedaddle.
You said we're in the hold. Does it run the whole length of the ship, or is it like a separate?
There's a little separate
Room.
section, which is the part that had the power source thing in it.
Okay, so it was separate from the
But-
hammocks, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the lowest level of the ship.
Yeah. Like I said,
Okay.
it's a small boat.
Little
Basically, you have
schooner.
the deck, the
Small.
hold, and I want to say it's an aft castle. is what the technical term of it is. There's technically a forecastle, but it's literally just like a raised deck piece. It's not enough to actually have another room in it.
Okay.
Let's skedaddle. Unless we
Can,
want to.
can I just do like a general investigation of the room upstairs to see if I know what any of the glowy stuff is?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
It's all magical explosive.
It's gonna be another 25.
Yeah.
Damn.
Somebody's got to carry the team.
Well, 24 actually, because that's investigation.
Either way,
It's a lot.
some of them you've never seen enchanted versions of, but having lived in the nation of Bungalar for a long time, you are familiar with some of the dwarven medical tech. Some of this stuff looks like it's enchanted versions of their, like, tools for taking blood samples and weird arcane versions of that same medical technology that you've seen that's purely technological from the dwarves. It looks like someone took that concept and tried to make purely magical versions that do the same sorts of things. Think things like, for real-world comparison, it's not just syringes and that sort of thing. This is the more high-tech things of, like, centrifuges and
EKGs and
yeah,
whatnot.
it's that kind of technology that looks like this. It's not all hooked up in here. You can tell just kind of from looking around. This stuff is not designed to be used here, but it is arcane versions of very advanced medical technology.
Roklin, can you discern if it was used?
With the 24 and with the bit of knowledge that Atrix did glean from his roles, it doesn't look like any of this stuff has been used. And actually, based on the knowledge you do have of the little bit of medical tech that you have seen, this stuff it isn't based on that stuff. It evolved in a completely separate, like, you can tell from looking at it that's what it's for, but it wasn't like someone took the dwarven version, studied it, and then made an arcane version. It is, while the dwarves were making the technological version, someone was making this thing elsewhere.
Okay, so it does the same stuff, but it does it with magic as opposed to with,
Yes.
I guess, non-magic.
Yeah.
Mundane.
Yes. The dwarves prefer mundane technology over magical when at all possible.
Interesting.
So, best guess, this stuff was probably made here in the city. And this is newish enough from your knowledge of what the dwarves have done. Most of the stuff that the dwarves have come up with technologically is on par with what you can discern that this stuff is designed to be. So you don't know with magic if they took shortcuts and just stalled here, or if they have been progressing at the same speed that the dwarves have, and this is just where they've gotten to. But it's new, and it looks like it was probably either going to be delivered here or wherever the ship goes. And they had converted this little space into a makeshift secured storage.
Interesting.
Want to burn it down?
See, but if it's
I was gonna suggest theft.
any of y'all know how to pilot a boat?
Yeah, would we know how to?
Fly-
I mean, is it the same as like
Pilot?
a sailboat?
You know,
Just
guys,
sailing the winds?
I think they might notice that.
Who's
Yeah,
got
they
the
might.
key? Is there a key?
I think they might notice us flying the ship.
No.
We
And
shouldn't
I
bring it
feel like
down
they
either.
have bigger ships.
I
But if we're smaller, we might be able to outrun them. No.
Like
I
I
think
said,
we
this
should
looks like
not
a
try
fishing
to
ship.
steal the ship.
Some of the ships that you saw going through there, you guys know what regular ships at least look like, and
I think
vaguely.
if we're gonna steal a ship, it needs to be the big bad boy.
They
Well,
definitely
yeah.
have like cutters as an option for ships that could chase this thing down, which
yeah.
are the war equivalent of, modern gunboats. They are designed to very quickly catch up to things and shoot them out of the, in this case, out of the sky.
Yeah, probably shouldn't.
So
I think we'll be all right.
you could steal it.
We could-
Let's just let's go investigate the other room place, and then
Tell you what, when we have if we ever have our meeting with old boss lady again,
Maybe we could ask her
we'll
if
ask
we
her
can
if we can
have it.
take it for usage in helping her with all that stuff.
Yes.
well, yeah, we can see how that meeting goes. And
See if we
then
can
go from there.
requisition it. But we gotta
Yeah, let's
play by
see
ear
if
because she may or
let's-
may not want us snooping around the area.
Yeah, let's see just to make sure that she doesn't want to kill us first, and then we
Yeah.
can maybe see if she'll give us her boat.
Yeah, not dying is going to be step number one.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, my character's done that for a number of years, so
Anyway, let's go investigate the other room / castle / building thing
Because
on
you
the
got,
ship.
you got one more in this area that isn't ruined, if I remember correctly, from my map. Ruined, checked, ruined.
I think it's the closest one to the skyport,
Yeah, that would be the
or
last one
closest one to the actual tower.
left. That would be the last one left.
Let us investigate.
Okay.
standard breaching procedure.
I would say so.
It ain't broke
SOP
yet.
No knock at the door.
No, knock at the. I knock at the door. You always gotta knock at the door. Knock, knock.
Sorry, no answer at the door.
No.
Dang.
Is the said door unlocked?
Seems to be.
Can I open said door?
Barged right in.
It opens.
All right, what are we seeing?
probably the most disturbing sight of any of them that you've seen so far. Well, there were two individuals with you that vanished. You found them. And
Nice.
their blood not in them.
Oh,
I'm assuming they are no longer living.
Among the living? Yeah. It's two corpses.
well.
With the wounds that they have on them, there's also not enough blood here.
Sebastian.
I don't suppose they would have had any like notes or anything on them about us that would have indicated we were friends to them.
No.
Do they have
Probably
anything
not.
else on them?
Some very, very ruined armor and weapons that are broken.
No.
What kind of wounds do they have?
Roll medicine for me.
God.
Best one yet, 17.
Natty 20.
Look at that.
The wounds are strange because they don't look like weapon wounds, but they don't look like animal claws or teeth either. It looks like what you would assume someone who was way too strong could do with their bare hands. But at the same time, these have like deep gashes from like having fingers shoved into them and raked across that aren't bleeding enough.
So like Chewbacca, like ripping off the arms kind of deal.
Yeah. Like this was done by somebody who had if they had weapons, they chose not to use them.
Oh.
Because they viewed them as that little of a threat.
Maybe up against like a half giant?
That could do it.
Or a sec 1.5 No offense.
No. But
None taken.
with your knowledge of the outdoors, everything that comes to mind is not good.
Yeah. Figured.
But with the rolls that you got on your medicine,
Mm-hmm.
I would say you would know that it wasn't anything too much terribly bigger than a human being.
Just something with incredible strength. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because what you can see from finger marks and stuff in them, it looks like they were about human-sized.
Well, that's not frightening at all. It is. It's terrifying. Rest of the room. Anything glaringly weird?
No.
Doesn't look like it was used for a packaging warehouse or anything like that.
Looks like there were probably crates in here too.
Okay.
But the carnage that you've seen in front of you happened after the crates were gone.
Yeah,
Perception or investigation for a blood trail.
Or
survival.
That would be... Technically, that's survival, because you're tracking. But I would say investigation will work to at least identify it. If you're going to try and follow it, it would be survival.
Oh, that's a 7 for an investigation.
There's a lot of blood. You just know it's not enough.
Was there any sign of a like what happened here?
Based on the
There's
blood
none
that
of-
you can see, it probably happened here. Because there is blood
Is there-
splatter in here.
Are they just laid on the ground? Are they splayed over any furniture or anything like that? Or
It's like someone opened up the door, tossed them in, and closed the door.
It looks like they were probably shoved in here, met with whatever ripped them to shreds.
Any
And they were just
footprints? Any footprints in the blood? Blood/dust combo.
Well, roll your investigation.
11.
11.
better than me?
Okay. I was waiting to see if Roklin was rolling too.
Okay.
Oh,
Because if
I
he
suppose.
is, well, if he is, I'm just gonna say what y'all find once rather than do it multiple times.
Give me a second. I dropped my dice. Was that investigation?
Investigation.
Yes.
15.
15. Okay. There are footprints.
Yay.
They appear to be that of a standard, like, pair of boots. And from where they were in the middle of all this carnage and walked out.
That's a little more comforting.
When I say they were in the middle, I mean whatever they were might have been what ripped them apart.
Okay. You said about the size of a standard
Yeah. They're not even a
10 and
particularly
a half size boot.
Yeah, they're not even a particularly big pair of boots.
Great. My only concern is that obviously they got ripped apart for a reason, and that reason might be us, so we might get ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
Well, I mean, they're also blatantly wearing a uniform.
True.
They got caught,
I'll take our clothes
which
off.
is also.
What was
What?
that?
Are you wearing a uniform? If not, I don't think
No.
we have a reason to disrobe.
Okay, just making sure.
No, these guys are wearing a uniform of the Watch from Raven's Hollow.
Okay.
Specifically Raven's Hollow Rangers.
My biggest issue is that they got caught.
Yeah.
Not that that's necessarily a feat. However, something that is slightly good at seeing things at least saw them. So they could probably see us.
Yeah. Well, I think
Maybe
I've
our-
done enough for the day.
We got a whole second floor to investigate, assuming it didn't look
Oh, yeah.
dilapidated and collapsed in on itself.
Nope.
Okay, upstairs we go.
Are there doors to the upstairs, or are we just walking through, like, floor?
It's like a spiral staircase that goes up.
Okay. Kind of what I imagined. But...
Yeah, they were designed to be functional. Some of them seem to have had the spiral design. Some of them seem to have more of a standard staircase along the wall. More like what you encountered actually in the lighthouse. But no, this has a nice spiral going up. Second floor. The bay doors are open, but the room up here seems to have served very little function in the recent years.
Not much going on.
No.
Bay doors are open.
Yes. They're open and they are functional. So someone chose to leave them open.
Okay. Were the bay doors on the other tower with the boat open or closed?
They were also open.
Okay.
But that's because the anchor points for the boat are inside the tower.
That could just be like
So
just their SOP.
Right.
if the boat is anchored, the doors have to be open. If there is no boat anchored, there's no reason for the doors to be open unless you are either A, expecting a boat to anchor shortly, or a boat just left.
I guess my question is, could the doors be closed with a boat inside, or no?
Not with the size of this tower.
Okay.
The main tower had several boats that were able to be pulled inside, just because of the general size of it. It had a couple of stories that were dry dock type places where they had pulled smaller boats inside. So that one has bigger doors that are capable of that for smaller, like the size of the boat that you just saw on the other tower. Those kind of boats could easily be pulled inside and worked on. This tower is just not big enough to do that.
Okay.
Like,
That answers a lot of questions, actually.
if you had a floating rowboat, you could bring it inside.
Sure.
Oh my god, guys, we should get a floating rowboat.
Oh my, yes.
But
A monster me out of freaking flying ships.
It's like a
more like the
smart car,
bicycle
but
of
for
flying
boats.
ships, because most of these things have sails and the ability to like move easily. This would be, I have to manually make it go through the air.
It's a manual transmission. Okay.
But yeah,
Well, if there's not much for us to twiddle around with, we should probably up scoot and skedaddle.
I would agree.
Yeah,
I,
I also
Maybe
think
get
that
back
now.
to a little hidey hole.
Yeah, I also think now maybe we make it a main priority to barricade ourselves.
Who was crazy? Wasn't me.
Because I don't want to be ripped to shreds in my sleep.
I don't either.
Well, depending on how the nights go, I don't think I have to worry about that. But we'll get to that point when it comes.
All right, well, let's go take a little nappy poo.
Okay, let's go take a little stressful nap.
Nappy poo, maybe eat some foodie food, some drinky drink.
Oh yeah.
Callbacks.
yeah, y'all are the most adults that I know.
Hey,
So-
somebody's got to be.
With that,
I just want the CPs.
y'all head back to the military tower. Oh, Joseph disappeared. He's back.
Yeah.
You head back to the military tower. Construct whatever fortifications you are intending to make on it.
As we go back to the tower, I want to check my little early detection doodad.
From what you can tell, no one attempted to enter.
Okay.
At least not through this
Nice.
door.
You know, that's at least one entrance. So
That's something.
I didn't have a lot of materials to work with.
How many entrances and exits does it have?
On the first floor, there is one.
Can I just?
But
can I
you
just
know
go-
there are several bay
can I
doors
just,
on the other levels.
Yeah.
Can I just say? Can I just say hidey ho? Is anyone here?
Just a couple drifters just blew into town. Just looking
Hey,
for a safe place to sleep.
That's my catchphrase.
I know.
But yeah. You are met with silence.
Okay, that's a good sign, guys. I don't think there's anyone here.
We'll probably be fine.
That's good.
I mean, I gave him little Heidi Ho and no one answered, and it's hard to not answer little Heidi Ho.
That's true.
You're not wrong.
Like, that's just too polite. You gotta answer that.
Okay, so let's say we set up a little camp. Maybe use the hammocks, eh?
Now you're
If I
thinking with your
remember
melon.
correctly,
The hammocks.
Level 2 was kind of a barracks.
But, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we picked this building because the upstairs had, like, bunks in it.
Oh yeah.
Well, if they're bunks, we could hang the hammocks between the bunks.
Or we could just use the bunks.
Yeah,
we'll just use the
Yeah.
bunks.
Because I think that's why we picked this building specifically.
it is in fact why we
Because
picked
this is the one that we
building.
knew had bunks in it.
Yeah.
So we were like, well,
There
let's
were
go stay
bunks
in the
on
one
the
that
second
looks
floor.
like it's barracks.
Okay, I'm gonna drop my stuff, shit, shave, and shower, and go to bed.
Unfortunately, I don't remember his name, but he's not here, so I can't sleep in his office, so that's unfortunate.
Is there an office like room in here?
I mean,
What was his name?
Augustus.
Augustus.
Augustus, yeah.
Is there an office-like room on the first floor? Yes.
Well, I don't
On
want to
the
sleep
s-
on the false floor
no.
alone.
The second floor looks like it was intended to be a barracks.
You guys
Roklin,
want to
you
make
gotta-
a blanket fort?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
We'll just take the. I'm assuming there's something akin to mattresses, if not mattresses, on the bunks.
Yeah.
We could just use those.
Yeah, we could, and then we could like,
And it's a fortified blanket fort.
then we could tell secrets and stay up all night and drink sody pops.
Hey, I like the staying up all night part. I don't want to fall asleep, so
I mean, we can rotate a watch. There's 3 of us.
Well, I suppose we could.
sure. Can
I'll
I
take
sleep
first
first?
watch.
Okay. I'll take second watch.
I guess I'll take the third one.
Okay.
Don't we need do we need 3 or do we need 4 through the night?
And we could just do 2 hours apiece. Or 3 hours apiece.
Yeah, but I'm asking from a rule standpoint of what the actual technical rules
Oh.
all for like
Technically, you would
sleep
need
versus
4,
watch.
but somebody's not gonna wouldn't get a full rest out of it.
Does anyone benefit better from a shorter rest than anyone else?
I still have all my spell slots, so
I have all my hit points.
I also have all my hit points.
I don't think anyone. I was gonna say I don't think anyone
I don't think
actually
anybody
needs
got
a
into a
long
major
rest right
fight.
now.
Because the only
So-
fight you guys really have had yesterday / today was the one with the like addicts, and you pretty much showed up with actual weapons, and they kind of went, no.
Whoa!
The fight went from, we can secure this door and they can't get in here, to, oh crap, they picked the lock and they're in here. And they have, weapons. Don't kill us?
Okay.
Which we should have.
Well,
They're with
yes, and
Sebastian now.
look, SOPs change.
So, you have no idea what's going to become of them because Sebastian took them.
Yeah, they're
I
probably.
am not concerned at that rate.
Yeah.
They'll probably be all right.
Or
Okay.
they won't.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to.
The short answer is, they're no longer your problem.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sleepy sleep.
Okay.
Since I'm taking first watch, I'll also take fourth. If you want the technicality.
Okay. Dusty, you have a saving throw you need to make.
I do. Wisdom?
I believe so. I'd have to look at the thing again. I don't have your character sheet brought up at the moment, but it should be on your character sheet.
Must make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. Oh no, that's the take it off. To this thing, roll a DC 10 saving throw. I'm assuming same Wisdom.
Yes. It's a DC 11 tonight, though, because you succeeded on it last night.
True.
And it gets worse each night you keep it on.
Yeah. I really
not
probably
much
should
worse,
take that off.
but worse.
Okay, wait, what happens if I don't? Stage 1. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Alright, here we go.
Which
That is a 1.
Oh, congratulations! You have stage 1.
Great. Stage 1 terminal ouchies.
No, it's not terminal. Probably.
Not for me. Okay.
For us?
Once you have contracted, no longer make this.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about your saving throw anymore.
Oh. Oh, it's incurable as long as you are attuned to the.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to. Hey, what's the forecast for tonight?
You don't know. You haven't seen the moon in quite a while.
Is it Oh, because we're in a.
Yeah. It's been cloudy the entire time you've been
So
here.
there's no way of telling,
And
like, at
you've
all.
been here for 2 or 3 days.
I'm gonna be upset, aren't I?
Yeah, probably. But not tonight. Just eventually.
I really need to work on that thing.
And damn it, Lucas doesn't know.
But no.
But I could still use it for.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to, though. I don't think it's worth it.
Oh, you have pleasant dreams of wolves.
Okay.
Very, very pleasant dreams. Oddly pleasant dreams. Considering
Oh.
their dreams of wolves.
Okay. Anyways, past that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will need perception checks from everybody for their watches as well.
That's a 13 for my first. I
Okay.
will roll you a second momentarily.
13 as well for my first.
Okay.
Or for mine, since I'm only doing the one.
And a 10 for the second.
21.
Okay. I am also going to have wisdom saving throws from Roklin and Lucas.
Three.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. Lucas, you have nightmares all night.
Yay. At least I'm not sleeping for most of it.
You sleep, and you get rest during your period you're supposed to. It's just
Oh,
a fairly
I understand.
fitful sleep. With a 13 for your first watch, the only real thing of note is about halfway through your watch, Atrix kind of does that thing that you sometimes might see dogs doing, where they seem like they're kind of just running in their sleep a little bit.
Don't pay attention to that.
It's a little odd, but he's
I
kind of an
don't
odd
think
guy.
he's done that
so,
before, but he's a halfling.
like I said, it's a little odd, but he's kind of an odd person. So, make of it what you will. Your second watch is completely uneventful. I believe.
Second watch would have been ended tonight.
Yeah. Atrix, I think, had second, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. I also had a 13.
You notice your sense of smell is a lot better than it was before. Apart from that,
Okay. Can I
Seems-
can I make a can I try to take it off?
sure.
Okay.
Roll your wisdom saving throw to take it off.
Yeah.
Natty 20. Natty 20.
So it's an 11 and it has to be a 15, so I'll just slip that right back on then.
Because you really don't want to take that ring off.
I really don't.
You like that ring.
I do like that ring.
That's glittery.
Okay. Well, hey, I got a better sense of smell.
The humor is not lost on me that the halfling managed to find and then immediately put on the cursed ring.
Case in point.
Entirely not intentional.
Not
But
intentional
the
at
humor
all.
that happened is not lost on me.
I literally just found a ring and I was like,
You're
"Oh, cool
this is kinda
ring."
Cool. It does some animal-y type stuff. I'll put that on.
It had like animals inscribed into it, so I was like, "Oh, it looks cool."
Yep.
Cursed.
Ranger. Ranger gonna do what Ranger gonna do.
Yep.
Literally, halfling finds
Um,
golden ring, saw inscription on side of it, was like, "That's neat."
Roklin, your sleep is pretty peaceful. And you also rolled ridiculously high for your perception.
I know, it's been a good night for me.
Yeah.
Can't say
Um,
the same.
You can hear stuff moving outside the building, but it seems like nothing tries to enter. But yeah. And so your night passes mostly uneventfully. And you wake up what you assume is morning, because it's still the same kind of gray twilight outside.
Morning, everybody.
Morning. Seen some spooky stuff in my dreams.
I
I
slept
didn't like it.
absolutely perfectly. I
I'm
have
proud of
never
you.
felt more rested in my life.
You guys smell bacon?
No.
Bro, you got food?
I got rations I can share with people.
Oh, I can't ask you to do that. That's your food. You obtained it.
I have 10 of them. Oh wait, did I get any rats?
No, they were unfortunately scattering away from you before you got to them.
Rats.
No,
No,
no rats.
you didn't
We
get
just
any.
discussed that. Well, you might be able to get some later. You don't know.
That's okay. I guess I probably should consume a ration, huh?
Yeah.
Probably pretty hungry. Delete ration. Nice.
Yeah, it might be a good thing to consume 1 day's ration. Or partial of 1 day's ration, technically. Nom 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 nom. As I'm eating, I look at Roklin and ask if he wants some.
I will have to type up something for what stage 1 is later. I thought I'd already
Okay.
done it, but apparently it's not in my
I would enjoy some, yes.
So
I got bread. I got water.
I, for some reason, seem to not have any rations, which is weird because I thought you started with rations.
for the most part, you usually do,
So,
but it also depends a little bit on what you pick for your stuff.
Would you like a ration? I can give you a
I think
ration.
there's like 2 packs that don't have any rations with them.
I would enjoy that, yes.
Okay. I hand him 1 ration, and I will
Okay.
remove it from my pack.
Yeah, you picked, I think, the only one that doesn't have any rations in it by default.
Oopsies.
That's okay.
Well, it is the one that thematically makes the most sense for you. Because it's like the Scholars Pack. I think the Scholars Pack and
Yeah.
Priest's Pack, I think, are the 2 that do not get any rations in them. Are you just holding up a teeny tiny dragon?
Now it's a big dragon.
Okay. You held up a big dragon
Yay.
that somehow still fits in the palm of your hand. Okay. What are the plans for today?
Have we investigated all of the towers?
You've gone through all of the towers now.
Okay.
Yes. I suggest we do nothing.
You're just going to have a nice, relaxed, chill day.
Just a chill day.
Just a chill day. Do another night and kind of skip over today and then go into tomorrow asking little old lady if she'd want us. I mean, it is also getting late-ish as well, so I don't know
True
what
that.
time we wanted to stop. It would be a good stopping point just to kind of waste the day, and then
Indeed, it would be.
next time we start, we can just go into that day.
Yep.
Of going to see her.
You can do watches for the night and then go into that, because if you end up fighting anything on a watch, it's going to take more time.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
So, we can do that.
All right,
Sounds good.
I'm down.
In that case, we will see all of you in the future times.
Future.
times.
I've never futured before.
Good night, everybody.
Well, thanks for
Night,
coming
night,
back.
Get some sleepies.
Some sleepies and nappy poos.
Get some
They're important.
sleepies and nappy poos. Make sure you get some drink in you. Gotta stay hydrated.
Try to do
Stay
water.
hydrated.
Water usually does pretty good.
Yeah, get some water. Maybe some Gatorade water mix. You know, half and half kind of a
A
situation.
little bit of
That's really
electrolytes
good.
goes a long way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a medical professional, by the way.